do hope you're doing well, and it's another start of another series. We're going to have a little bake with me, I think. Bake with me, cook with me. We're going to start doing these, I think, at least once or twice a month. Don't hold me to it because I don't quite know if you're going to like these, but hey ho, I love cooking, I love eating food, and I now want to start making desserts that you can kind of have a slice or two if you're on a health kick. So, you would have seen by the title, today's recipe is a fruit and nut cake. So simple, so easy, and it tastes so delicious. So yes, let's just address the elephant in the room. I am in my Finding Nemo and Dory PJs because you know what? It's a Sunday afternoon. I don't want to be dressing up to do some baking because let's face it, I'm probably going to get quite messy. If you saw outside the window now, it is pouring down with rain, dark skies, and the wind it's like a tornado out there. The trees, oh my goodness, are going. So why not? You may think, Shan, you're in your PJs and you've got a face of slap on, but that is just because I've been filming earlier this morning and you know how it is. I can't bother to take it off and it makes me look a little bit more presentable for you, my lovelies. So, get your pen and paper ready and get ready to screenshot because I will show you my recipe in here, and as I say, it's foolproof. If I can do it, anyone can do it. So yes, get comfy, get your pen and paper, get ready to screenshot, and let's make a fruit and nut cake / loaf. Let's see how it goes. So my lovelies, this is the basic ingredients. I've got some walnuts here, some raisins and sultanas, and some Brazil nuts. But as I say, you can pop whatever you want in this. It's completely up to yourself. Then we've got some caster sugar, some glacé cherries. I like to add a little bit of sweetness in. Our butter, eggs, and our self-raising flour. I love them in this Home Pride container. I've got my little childish bowls to separate the ingredients, and get ready, let's try and focus it, Shan, to screenshot, my lovelies. Screenshot away because this is the basic recipe that you need. Canon, come on darling, focus so that we can screenshot that for you. But yes, and you don't need a lot of equipment, a spatula, a little electric whisk, a bowl, a loaf tin and an oven. But yes, let's stop rambling and let's crack on. And guys, you have to have, there's me big bowl, let's just get that ready. And the Jane Asher loaf tin liners. Any liners will do. Let's stop rambling and let's start cooking. Literally, as I say, you cannot go wrong with this recipe. It is literally foolproof and you can totally adapt it to how you want it. So as I say, for my fruit and nut, I put in sultanas. I also then put in walnuts and I put in Brazil nuts. But I've also got pecan nuts. I've got some dried cranberries. So you can literally put whatever you want, but I'm just going to keep it very simple with some sultanas, and some Brazils and walnuts. Make sure you do not get any shell in your egg. Lovely. And whisk them up. And as I say, the beauty of this, you literally just put it all in one bowl and then it's done. So you literally add all of your ingredients except any of the fruit and nut, because with that you fold it in by hand. So as I say, I always sieve my flour, even though I forgot to get my sieve out, and I also sieve the sugar because you know sometimes you get the granulated lumps and bumps and we don't want that for our nice little fruit cake. So the sugar and the flour is in. I'm going to add my whisked eggs. I tell you what, these pots, guys, you probably think like they're what a 2-year-old has. You're probably right, but I have had them, God, for donkey's years. I don't actually know where I got them, but they come in ever so handy for bits like this. Oh, and also, I completely forgot. I put a few glacé cherries in because I've got a bit of a sweet tooth, and I really want to do, when I do my next baking season, I want to include old school classics. So you remember you used to get the tray cake, which was basically just a Victoria sponge with icing and hundreds of thousands. I want to do one of them because, oh my god, I used to absolutely love that. And also a pineapple upside down cake. If anyone remembers doing that at school, oh my god, it was like the best thing ever. And I used to love, a little bit much, that'll do. I used to love putting the glacé cherries in the holes of the pineapple, and then when you toss it up with the golden syrup, oh my god, divine. So that is all of, oh, don't splash everything everywhere, Shan. So as you can see, it don't look fabulous, but that's the sugar, the flour, the butter and the egg. Right, now for the fruit and nut bits and bobs. Let's clear this away a little bit because we're gonna have to get the knives out, and we're gonna have to start being an adult, aren't we? So first things first, get a decent knife. Let's use the big boy. And as I say, if there are any other recipes that you want me to do, then by all means let me know. Let's pull you down a bit so you can actually see what I'm doing, eh? So yes, please do. Oh no, now you can't see me. Especially with the kitchen, guys, like the living room. There's no lighting, unfortunately not. And I have to learn my angles, that's fabulous. So let's start off with a handful of Brazils. But as I was saying before I started rambling, if there's any bits and bobs that you want me to do, any favourite classics, any desserts, and also just any food in general, because as I say, I want to try and kind of do like a bake with me series, but I also just want to do general cooking with me, like some fakeaways, some proper home cooked meals, well, home cooked meals as I call them, some like old-fashioned stews, the hot pots, broths. I can't wait to do a broth in the winter. That will be winter autumn time because you can't eat a broth in spring summer. If you know what a broth is, you will know that you just can't eat it any time of the year apart from winter or autumn, because it just doesn't, it don't feel right, you know, when you eat them. So yes, as I say, anything like that. And as I've said before, any food challenges. I have got a few on my little list. Eating certain cuisines for 24 hours, going vegan for so many hours or days, vegetarian, which I think I could do all right on the vegetarian. I'm trying to do 2 days a week vegetarian and include vegan days if I can as well, but it doesn't always permit. And I'm finding at the moment vegan bits, unless you're buying just vegetables, if say you want vegan substitutes, they're not the cheapest at the moment. So that is why it may not be all the time vegan, but vegetarian I'm definitely trying to get into. Oh, you know what? We're just going to use this whole bag because you need 400 grams for this, so more the merrier. But yes, I do hope you've all been keeping well, and as I say, trying to multitask here because Brazil nuts are not the easiest to chop and talk and not get everywhere. And Mum's just cleaned the kitchen, and as you would have seen in the clip there, the sugar exploded on me. So yeah, she might have to do another hoovering later on. But yes, as I say, I hope you all had a good week. What have you been up to? Let me know in the comments. You know I love a good chit chat. And yeah, how are you finding lockdown? I think there's going to be an announcement, is it early Feb? But all I keep seeing is that them saying that the infections are going down, the rates are going down, lockdown's going to come to an end. And then you know, whenever he next does his speech, lockdown's probably not going to come to an end. And if anything, I think he'll probably put us back in the tier system, of which I think they've changed slightly, because now it's only tier 1 if you go into it or was in it, of whereby you can see people inside your homes. So the thing I read last year, that it may not be until April, summertime, when people can actually start having others in their home, is seeming more and more realistic, which it's not the greatest. And as I say, I just wish we get some normality back, but hey ho, I've still got my fingers crossed that I can get away in October, because if I have my holiday cancelled for the second time, that will devastate me. I know there's more important things going on in the world, but for me, especially with everything that's been going on in like our life lately, being able to travel was like my save. I've always loved travelling, and to not be able to do that is like it's a kick in the teeth, because I almost feel like I'm stuck here. So like I can't escape anywhere or go anywhere, because number one, everywhere's shut, so you can't go out anywhere. Oh, let's just try one of these, eh? Mmm. Oh my god, I forgot how much I love raisins. So you can't go out anywhere to escape it, and then you can't go abroad. So it's just a bit of a downer at the moment. But hey ho, we shall soldier on as we always do. So it's 400 grams of fruit and nut. I probably had about 100 grams of Brazil nuts. I've put in 150 grams of sultanas. And then I'm literally just going to chop up some walnuts. And then I'll probably do maybe 10 or 12 glacé cherries. And that should be us up to 400. But as I say, that recipe, this should do one of my loaf tins. If you want to do a huge like cake tin, I would say double the recipe. Always double it. Sometimes people will do like a mixture and a half, for example, and that doesn't always work because of the measurements. It will affect the consistency and everything like that. So if you do want a bit more, just double it. And then you can always do them if you've not got, say, another loaf tin or a cake tin. Do them in like cupcake cases, and you can have like little fruit and nut cupcakes. Who says you can't? No one. I'm trying to get fancy here, like my old teacher used to teach me. Oh my god. Maybe don't try that because the nuts are going everywhere on the floor, but oh, I do love a good walnut. Let me know in the comments what your favourite type of nut is. Take that as you please. I am talking the nut kind as in your fruit and fibre. Oh no, where's that gone? Oh, there it is. That needs to go straight in the bin, because she will be mad if I do that. But I do love good walnut, but they're not necessarily the most healthiest. Everyone says like nuts are healthy, da 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 da. When you read some of them, they are not healthy at all. So yes, I'm going to stop rambling and continue chopping and eating my nuts, and I shall check in with you once we are all ready to start mixing. The only thing with glacé cherries, your hands get sticky. So let me go and wash them, and we will get back with putting it all together. Right, now preheat the oven to 170. If you do have a fan oven, or in terms of gas numbers, please check your manual, but mine's just a bog standard oven for 170. Right, the only other thing that you have to add to your ingredients is 4 tablespoons of milk. So let's get a spoon and let's add this in. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is our milk, and then let's have a quick tidy up, and then I'm going to try and put you next to us and you can see the magic happening. Right, so everything's in, oven's on, whisk is on, and let's whisk this up, eh?
I want to be there and baby dance the night away. I let my head down if I want.
Right, once it is all, I do apologise for the lighting. Once that is all mixed through, don't, oh God, I told you I'd get it everywhere. Not on my slips. Thank goodness they're not one of my new ones. So, don't try to tap the bowl as much. Just kind of shake the whisk attachments if you can before popping them out. The reason for this is if you then start banging the bowl about, you're going to take out all the air that you've put in. So, sink's looking a nightmare. Right, now we are just going to add all of our chopped fruit and nut, the goodness, into it. Right, let's get the little bit out of there. And then all we do now is just gently fold. So just do like a figure of 8 and just gently fold around until it's all mixed in. And then once it's all mixed in, we get our Jane Asher loaf tin liners. As I say, you can pick these up anywhere, but I always pick these up when I go to Home Bargains. You know they're a staple, 25 for £1. Let's just get one out there, shall we? Thank you, Jane Asher. And then we pop that in our loaf tin, like so, and then literally dollop the mixture in. You want to make sure you get every single last little bit of goodness out of that bowl. And that, my lovelies, oh, that looks so good. Let's pull you down because I don't want to tilt it. Look, all that fruity goodness. Now, do I leave it like this? Oh, you're a little bit too up there. Do I leave it like this or do I pop some cherries in the top? I think we're going to put some cherries in the top, you know, because why not? Yeah, why not? We're just going to put it on. I've got itchy nose. Ah! Itchy nose surprise. Right, let's just dot these in, shall we? And then kind of when it comes out, I'm not going to do nothing fancy. When it comes out, you kind of got like a portion guide. Not that I ever have a portion guide when it comes to cakes. The bigger the slice, the better, and especially if it's fruit and nut, because it means it's healthy, right? How many do I want to put in? I'll put in 8. No, we'll put some in the middle. Yeah, right. I'm not going to get myself too carried away. Let's just give the hands a quick rinse. The sink is looking a little atrocious right now, but hey ho. And then what I always do, because they do sometimes have a tendency to overflow, we're going to pop this beauty in the oven. It's an hour and 15. If after an hour and 15, put a fork, knife, skewer if you've got one. If it comes out clean, great. If it comes out and it's still a little bit wet, put it in for, I'd say, another 10 to 15, but check every 5 minutes. All right, so this is going to go in the oven, and then we'll probably have a little catch up later on, and then we can see once it's cooked. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Right, my lovelies, I've just checked it, and you know me, I like my cakes. Some people could say burnt. I like mine well done. I like mine good Goldberries chewy. I like mine with that crusty top. So yes, it may look slightly burnt, but it all adds flavour, and I love it when you cut it that you get like that crunch. So yes, I'm going to give it another 5-10 minutes. So I thought, what better way we can have a little chit chat. Yes, I have changed into a unique Primark fluffy balloon sleeve jumper because it is cold, but don't worry, still in my PJ bottoms. And you may recognise this top for an upcoming haul, because while that's been cooking, I've been productive. I've done another haul. So yes, when you see this attire, just remember my Finding Dory and Finding Nemo bottoms are underneath, and that is what the throat is covering, so that you can't see all the hidden childish pyjama bottoms, eh? But hey ho. Yeah, I just thought we'd have a catch up. We're having a little catch up. Might as well have a chit chat while the cake's baking, because trust me, once that cake is done and it's out and it's rested, oh, the first cut, oh my god. And as I say, I'll probably get people saying, oh my god, it's burnt. Each to their own. If you don't want it to like be crispy, just take it out at 1:15. But I'm doing mine for slightly longer. I'll probably do it for like 1:25, just because I like it crispy and crunchy. I think it gives it more texture and depth. But yes, little life update. Where are we? Still getting nowhere with the council. What an ongoing saga. And at the minute I'm just getting introduced to more and more, what can I call them, dweebles, twonks, like non-swear word. They are the types of people I'm being put into. Everyone who is leaving me voicemails is calling on unknown numbers, only giving me their first name and not leaving returning numbers, and then moaning off to the counsellor that I'm not responding. I'm sorry, when I'm in work, oh sorry guys, my eyelashes really irritate me today. When I'm in work, I can't just drop everything at the click of a finger to answer your call. You've been ignoring me for over 2 months to give me a response to my complaint, which, may I add, I'm still waiting. And when I questioned it the other day, I was told, we are experiencing slight delays. And I was like, slight? I'll give or take like a week or so, but 6 to 8 weeks delay? No. And then I've been working out a few money values of what it could cost, of what they've overcharged me, etc., whilst they've never had me registered as living here. And then I had an email from ClearScore to say that there'd been a change on my electoral roll. I don't know how you say that word. Electoral. That roll that registers where you live. And it said that there'd been a change as of November last year, which was obviously when I started kicking off, because I said, how on earth have you not had me registered as living here, yet you've been charging me the full rent and taking the money from my account? So yeah, I've been working out, and it's quite an extortionate amount of what I've paid for basically nothing. Because at least with, say for example, private renting, if your landlord wanted you to move, you'd be given a month's notice at least, or whatever agreement you have. With the council, if say for example something happened to mum and she were to pass, I would automatically think I would still live here, but they don't. Because they would never have had me registered as living here, they would have literally put that the property was vacant. They would have come and got removal people if we didn't have it, and then I think it's within 7 days you have to be out. So if I then was like, no, hold on a minute, I was living there, you're not going to get a response within 7 days, because you have to prove that you live there, all of that, even though the money comes from my account, the account of Miss S da da da. Like, that doesn't resonate, because obviously it's not Mama G's account. I just think like they are a bunch of dweebles. I'm so sorry if you work for a council, but you're probably great. But my council is not even going to say it, because they're not worth it. And you know what, I just laugh when I get the emails and I listen to the voicemails now. I just think, you're only digging yourself a deeper hole. But it is annoying because it's delaying me. I can't have my consultation until I have all the latest updates. And I said to the lady whom I was dealing with for the complaints, I said, you're just delaying this. I said, like, what are you gaining by delaying this? She's like, well, we need to re-look at it all and da-da-da. And I was like, but you had responses for me. And then when I sent in, say, for example, the recordings of the meetings of the certain members of staff that was basically saying I was lying, but I had them recording, all of a sudden that's changed. You had a response, and now we're 6 to 8 weeks down the line and you don't have that response to give me anymore. So hey ho, it's just all very aggravating and very frustrating and very time draining. So, but I will carry on, because I will not let them have the last laugh. But yes, I've even started looking at homes because of everything that's been going on. I'm just like, I don't want to move out, but I need to get out soon. Like, I was always thinking, like, if by the time I'm 30, it don't matter, like, as long as I'm out by the time I'm 30, I want to be out by like 27, 28. So I'm 26 this year, so it gives us like a couple of years, of which, fingers crossed, I do knuckle down with my saving, because that's another main thing. I kind of go through like blips. I can be really good at saving, and then I'm like, oops, no, not quite as good. So yes, but I think the scheme that I'm going to look at will be shared ownership, because a lot of the Help to Buy schemes are all based in London majority, and I find that they're quite extortionate prices. So I've been looking out of my area. I'm looking like up to an hour and a half out of our area, and the price difference is astronomical. As soon as you even touch into Essex and London, it pretty much goes up at least, I'd say, 120 grand. Whereas, oh, that's actually a person coming back on one of the inquiries that I sent in. Oh, that's fine. So yeah, like, it's ridiculous amount of money. So I'm looking at other counties, other areas. I don't want to go south, so I don't want to go towards Kent, because then it's like tolls and everything like that. I want to try and go north or that way, west, whichever way. I just want to get out of this area. And on the shared ownership, there is so many good schemes at the moment, and it's ridiculous. For example, in my area, a 4-bed detached home, average spec, you'd probably be looking at 450,000 to 500,000. That's just like an average. If you then go for a 4-bed detached in, I don't know, a really posh area of ours, which is about 20 minutes from mine, you could pay 750 to 800,000. So where I've been looking like an hour and a half out, kind of. Hour and a half would be maximum, and it'd have to be really good. Ideally, I would want to try and stick within like an hour, so it's not too long for work, but still easily commutable. It was this little 4-bed home, not little, like the size of it was great, and the entrance had like a drive-in, drive-out, no gates or anything. It was just like this cute little thing. And my main thing when I look at properties is chance to extend and build out, because I'm not gonna lie, I don't want to be moving all the time. I just want to be in one home and then have the potential to extend and extend out, add rooms, da 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 da. And I don't think I would move out for less than a 4-bed, which you're probably going to think, Shan, that's ridiculous. It's just you, or like you and B. But, so you'd have one main bedroom gone. That would be our bedroom. I want a second room as like a walk-in wardrobe slash filming room, kind of. Or I would have a walk-in wardrobe, and then if we had like a spare study, that could be like a filming room slash office. If B was there, he would want like a games room, so that would have to be decided. And then as long as we have one spare room, which could be a spare room, then that could be for when people come over and stay, or if I ever have children down the line, a child's room. And then you have the ability to extend up whatever you can. And the only thing I'm noticing at the moment, on these new builds, the kitchens are so generic. Like, my main thing, because you know, kitchen's going to be my place. That's where I'm going to be baking and doing all my fakeaways. So I want a nice kitchen. And I've always wanted a range master cooker. And all of these new builds have those piddly ovens built in with a hob. Now that's probably fine for majority of people, and it is livable. Like, if I moved somewhere and it had that, it would do. But my ideal thing is knock that out and have it as cupboard space, and then I want my range master somewhere. So that is the first thing that I always look. And because the kitchen's on the back of the house for the one that I saw, you could extend as far as you went. So yes, we're only looking at the moment and like registering interest. But I totally diverted from what I was going to say. The price wise, so for a 4-bed detached in an area I was looking at, was I think 320. That's at least 130 grand difference. And also with the shared ownership, you can buy from a minimum 25% for some developments, and some is a minimum of 50%, up into 75 or 100. Like, I still need to really read into all of it, but I think it's just a lot more doable, especially for us youngsters now trying to get on the property ladder. Like, if you need a 10% deposit on homes this area, you need 40-50 grand, and that isn't like, probably a lot of people don't have that. I mean, I would love to say I have that. I don't have anywhere near that. But when you do the shared ownership, so the home was about 320, you bought it at 50%, that was the minimum, so that was 160. And then by the time, I think they let you have it with a 5% deposit, which was like great. And then it tells you on there, so it tells you your rent, your service charge, and an average mortgage cost. I love it, because then you can work out and see, right, so that's going to be a bit too high every month. Could I do that on my own? What would it be for combined? Da 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 da. So yes, it is something we're looking into. As I say, it's probably not going to be for a year or so. Well, this is what I mean. Like, if I see something and I really like it, and the funds are there, and I have the funds to monthly outlay that, I would be gone. Like, as bad as that sounds. But ideally, as long as I'm out by 28, so it was 30, now I'm looking at 27, 28 max, because this is the plan. when I move out, obviously Mama G would be on her own. Don't think that's going to happen, because I think there could be a possibility perhaps my dad would move back in here, because then that way he would save a fortune for what he pays for his private rent at the moment. He would pay rent to be here and save himself, and then everyone's a winner. But the only thing, I don't know if that tenant upstairs is still here by the time I move out and my dad was here. I don't know how that would go down. So that's my little catch up, my lovelies. As I say, if you've got any new bits in your life and you want to let me know, leave a comment. But I'm looking at this, I've been running for 25 minutes. This is what happens. I sit down to have a chin wag and then it's like half an hour's gone. So, oh my god, the cake. No, I think Mum got it out. I hope she got it out, because I said to her to check it after 10 minutes. Hey ho, let's fast forward and let's see how the cake turned out. Ta-da! So, it smells insane. You're probably going to think, Shan, that looks burnt. Da 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 da. As I say, I like my cakes crispy. I can't help it. So, let's get a chopping board. Just try not to smash everything. And these loaf tin liners are an absolute delight. Let's pop you down a bit so you can see it in all its goodness. Oh, yes. Oh my god. That is delicious. Look at that. As I say, if you don't like it a little bit crispy, by all means, just do it for the allotted time. But I always do mine a little bit more. Right, I am hungry. Hungry, hungry, hungry. You can't see me because I've tilted you so low. Let's cut this. So we've cut a little slice. Oh my god. Mum! I've been dying to try a bit of this. I break a bit off of the slice that I've done. It was not so. It was all good. It's a bit crunchy, isn't it? You should drop it all on the floor. I like my cake crunchy. It does have nuts in it. No one has a nut allergy in this house. No. You've got to be a nut to live in. That's right. It's a bit sticky because of the glacé cherries, but that is the first of our little bake with me vlogs. As I say, I want to do bake with me's. I want to do a few come cook with me's, like fake ways, where it's kind of a little bit of a vlog. We have a catch up. We also do a little bit of cooking, and I'll show you how it's done or how it's not done, because I don't know if a lot of people will want to cook this, but I love a bit of fruit and nut cake. And yes, as I say, anything you want me to cook, let me know down below. But I'm going to stop rambling because I want to go and stuff my face with this cake now. But if you did enjoy this video, you know what to do, guys. Hit that thumbs up and subscribe down below. Leave me a comment if you love a fruit and nut loaf cake tin style recipe. Any other bits and bobs you want me to cook, whether it's baking or general cooking like a fake away. Any food challenges, as I say, going vegan for a day, going vegetarian for a day, eating a certain coloured food for a day, anything like that. Cuisines, I've already got a few cuisines lined up, but yes, any to add, you know, your suggestions are welcome, more the merrier. And yes, I am now, I can't stop, this is bad, but it's healthy, apart from maybe all the nuts. Oh well, I'm not having it like drizzled in icing, but icing, oh. Every mouthful I've got, I've had a glacé cherry and it's like, just like pure honey. But anyway, I'm going to stop rambling. I do hope you enjoyed this style video, guys. If not, please do still let me know down below, and I know not to create it or waste anyone's time. But yes, take care, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!